In this SBIR project, TriGuard presents a critical solution software assurance, compliance, verification, and risk evaluation, SACRE. SACRE evaluates software and comprehensively identifies defects, bugs, weaknesses, and flaws, all of which, when exploited, lead to software vulnerabilities. Further, SACRE ranks these potential vulnerabilities based on potential threats to the security of the software. This ranking incorporates numerous factors that assess the probability of exploitation of the potential vulnerability and the harm that would be caused by any actual manipulation of the software. Software developers, project managers, and auditors can use SACRE to assess and prioritize weaknesses with a ranking. Our patented product is the first software and firmware weakness management system to address software governance, risk, and compliance.
TriGuard Risk Solutions is a Virginia-based company providing information risk management. TriGuard Risk Solutions was formed out of the realization that the major reason good businesses fail is due to risks either not seen or not properly appreciated until it was too late. But, most importantly, we understood that risk permeates everything. TriGuard Risk Solutions research was published in the NIST 800-160 Appendix J and represents the first software assurance security controls. Furthermore, our contributions were acknowledged in NIST 853 Rev 5 special publication. This body of work makes us an industry leader and innovator in the software assurance controls arena. At TriGuard Risk Solutions, we have a great deal of expertise in identifying, analyzing, and mitigating risks in cybersecurity and software assurance domains. We deal with risks in a cost-effective and timely manner in order to prevent small risks from becoming big risks, or even worse, actually having the risk event occur. In this manner, schedule, cost, and resource risks are mitigated.
Today's organizations are addressing software bugs, vulnerabilities, and weaknesses in operations after the software is deployed. This is costly, time-consuming, and resource-intensive. The recent SolarWinds cybersecurity hacking event clearly demonstrates how software vulnerabilities in operational and deployed software applications can have catastrophic implications. The traditional bolt-on approach that addresses software and systems issues after deployment and within operations result in the fix of the week approach and the post-hacking blame game. These approaches are costly and ineffective. This traditional approach leaves networks, software applications, and entire information system architectures at risk and open to zero-day attacks and the nefarious bad actors cyber attacks. Please note that zero-day attacks are software weaknesses yet to be discovered or fixed by the vendor.
Ensuring software integrity is key to protecting infrastructure and weapon systems from cybersecurity threats by reducing overall risk due to software weaknesses and vulnerabilities. The SolarWinds hack is an example of a supply chain attack. Organizations, both public and private, procure software from multiple vendors, creating implicit trust dependencies. However, software from vendors do not undergo the same level of checks that you would expect in a development security operations, or the DevSecOps pipeline. The software supply chain's complexity and scale require advanced automated tools to scan software with or without source code. Yet the reported results do not produce artifacts that allow mandatory action based on standard control baselines. SACRE serves this area of need. It merges and translates findings from automated software assurance tools in terms of compliance baselines. SACRE is an essential tool as organizations look to cover more software within their networks using automated software assurance tools to reduce risk from supply chain attacks.
SACRE evaluates and prioritizes software code weaknesses and risks before they become vulnerabilities, significantly reduces the costs associated with software analysis and defect correction, addresses the software security problem in industrial safety software and other software-intensive industries such as defense and industrial systems. Provides a systematic method to identify software assurance concerns and regulatory controls and maps common software weaknesses to natural language security controls in NIST, Navy, DOE, NRC, CNSS instructions, HIPAA, and ISO standards. Integrity systems, software, and security for comprehensive results is key to attaining true software cybersecurity. SACRE accepts output from open source and commercial testing applications and is not language and architecture dependent.
TriGuard SACRE is a decision support tool that identifies weaknesses in software code before they become vulnerabilities. Government compliance and industry standards are used as controls to prioritize fixes to the software code. SACRE injects results from static and dynamic analysis tools and identifies defects, bugs, weaknesses, and flaws, all of which, when exploited, lead to software vulnerabilities. Further, SACRE ranks these potential vulnerabilities based on the potential threats to the security of the software. This ranking incorporates numerous factors that assess the probability of exploitation of the potential vulnerability and the harm that would be caused by any actual manipulation of the software. Software developers, project managers, and auditors can use SACRE to assess and prioritize identified software defects with a risk ranking.
During Phase 2, the TriGuard team successfully integrated Navy standards into SACRE and demonstrated the viability of mapping the output of binary software analysis tools that are CWE compatible. This work laid the foundation for further integration of NAVAIR directed controls and capabilities that would enhance the Navy's capability of providing software security and compliance oversight. The future development goals include further upgrades that will provide DoD software engineers, testers, auditors, and program managers with the capability to identify, assess, prioritize, and monitor the progress of corrective efforts and residual risk from weaknesses and malicious behaviors detected in software, including binary software, during the software development cycle with a dashboard view.
The value to the warfighter is a software weakness management tool, SACRE, that provides governance, risk management, and regulatory compliance in a consolidated product that addresses software weakness and risk mitigation. SACRE improves and increases the accuracy of software weakness detection utilizing software compliance and software security risk. SACRE software security provides risk prioritization and mitigation of weaknesses, vulnerabilities, and supports evaluation of weaknesses across each phase of the software development lifecycle. SACRE will provide DoD software engineers, testers, auditors, and program managers with the capability to identify, assess, prioritize, and monitor the progress of corrective efforts and residual risk from weaknesses and malicious behaviors detected in software, including binary software, during the software development cycle. Our transition goals include certification of SACRE on the approved product list, follow on development and integration of customer-defined interfaces and standards, and integration of SACRE into NAVAIR cybersecurity laboratory.
Our transition efforts will involve a multifaceted marketing strategy to reach our target markets, to include developing strategic relationships with leading industry cybersecurity and software testing application vendors, attending and showcasing at industry conventions and technical forums, partnering with DoD prime contractors and commercial organizations who develop and/or utilize software testing applications and are at the forefront of development of innovations in software cybersecurity. Our transition goal is to bring SACRE to market, make it available to a wide range of industry partners involved in software development, testing, and cybersecurity. Most digital systems that are software intensive are also vulnerable to attacks that exploit software weaknesses. Ensuring software integrity is key to protecting the infrastructure and systems from threats and vulnerabilities and reducing overall risk to cyber attacks. How sacred is your software? Contact us at www.tgrisksolutions.com for more information.